Hi and welcome back to The Angry Cook, and today we have a guest cook with us. My daughter Tara is going to be making chili. I gave her this recipe about 2 years ago, I guess, and she entered it in a local contest and won first place with it. So it's pretty good. It's also pretty hot. You can make it even hotter if you want to, but I'm going to go over the list of ingredients for you and then we're going to get cooking. 2 pounds of ground beef, a pound of sweet Italian sausage, 3 stalks of celery, a green and a red pepper, an onion, some chili pepper, 2 large cans of diced tomatoes, and these are 28 ounces, and 1 small 6-ounce can of paste, 4 cans of chili beans. You can substitute these for regular kidney beans if you like. You can also get the spicy brand, which would make it, as I said, even spicier. Frank's Red Hot. You could use Tabasco, whatever your preference is on that. 4 bouillon cubes. As you know, I prefer better than bouillon, and I pass that on to my kids who also prefer it. We have some minced garlic. We have bacon bits, a tablespoon. Half a can of beer, and basil, oregano, cumin, and Worcestershire sauce. I think that's the whole shebang. If not, you'll see it as we make this. You need to try this one. It's like I said, it's hot, but it's really good. And this is our staple chili recipe for my whole family. When we come back, Tara's going to start showing you. This, by the way, is being done in a crock pot, so it is quick and easy. A lot of ingredients, a little bit of prep, throw in a crock pot, and you are done. And of course I did forget some things. Chili powder, cayenne, salt, pepper, paprika. That I'm pretty positive is the entire list. So go.
So I'm just cutting the celery into some little pieces, and I'm sorry I'm not as quick or as great of a knife cutter as my dad, but...
Did you hear that? I'm a knife cutter. All the other things too. Tara likes to do things manually. That's why she's not using a crock pot, because she's half Amish, so she can't use electrical stuff too well. As you can see, Tara is keeping the ends of the celery that she cut off. We're going to put it in a plastic bag. We're going to take it back with me, and I'm going to make chicken turkey stock. I have a turkey carcass. I made turkey the other day, and a chicken carcass in my freezer. And now on to...
I'm going to do the peppers next, but as you can see, you can really cut the celery and any of the ingredients to whatever thickness or size that you like. I personally like a little bit of a chunkier chili, so I just slice them at a normal size. Probably can't.
It's about 1/8 of an inch, maybe a 1/16 of an inch full stalk.
Okay, so I'm just gonna cut the peppers. The peppers need to be sliced, diced, and seeded, obviously, because you don't want the seeds.
And the seeds I do not need. So you can throw that away. You can see Jade over there in the corner wondering why there's absolutely no food for her, as usual. She is watching her sister, though, because she never knows when food's going to come her way.
And again, I just cut it to the thickness and dice it to the size that I like. Again, I like a little bit of a thicker chili, so, and chunkier chili, so they're just.
One thing about peppers, you see the white right in here. That can tend to be a little bit on the bitter side. If you want, you can remove that. I generally don't bother too much, but if there's a heavy pepper flavor, like you're doing stuffed peppers or something like that, you can remove those. Okay, a little point about hot peppers. If you want your chili even hotter, leave the ribs and the seeds in it and just chop up the pepper the way it sits after you remove the top. If you want it a little milder, split it in half, take the seeds and any ribs you see inside it out, and that will tone the spice down. Same thing applies to pretty much any hot pepper, jalapenos, everything else. So don't forget, don't rub your eyes, your nose, your face, your ears. As soon as you're done with this bad boy, wash your hands. And wash it well, so you can't smell it anymore. You'll regret it if you don't, I promise you. Also, don't touch your nether regions. If you have to go to the bathroom, just suck it up and wait till you're done. And wash your hands. This will give you a new excuse for pain.
You check everything else.
Just another little hint. You could take all 4 halves of those and stack them one on top of the other and cut them all at one time. Little time-saving thing, because there are so many ingredients in this. Any way you can cut a corner and save time without sacrificing quality is what you want to do. So the master chef here just had to take a taste and make sure the poblano actually is hot. And I
It's
told her
hot.
just to lick her finger and that'll give her an idea, but no, she had to take a piece. So you live and you learn. Next step is going to be the onion. Yes.
We're saving the ends of the onion as well to go in the stock bag. And you'll just want to make sure. I always peel the outer side of the onion.
Another quick tip, if you're going to cut your onion anyway, cut it in half first, then you can just peel each half off. Saves you a couple of seconds anyway. And off the subject, yes, I do save the skins for the onions. I learned from my father that when you're making a stock, you use the onion, skin and all. What it does is the skin will provide color to the stock. Nope. Go for a second.
Just saving some time and using our
Okay, back off.
food chopper. And because I just got it, so I wanted to see how it works.
Chase. 1/4 next time. It's good too.
Yeah. You'll live and learn.
Skin side up towards the blades. When you put it in here, put the skin side up.
This way?
Yeah, so it's the skin first. Add the onion strike.
A tip I learned, a tip I learned was to wash. I typically cut an onion in half and then I just run it under cold water, and it does significantly help with watery eyeballs.
That is a good tip, one that I haven't given and I forgot about. I've seen it used multiple times. You can even do it with the cut onions if you want to lessen the strength of the cut onions and sieve it through a fine strainer.
And again, I typically leave my onion pieces pretty chunky, but it's completely up to you how fine you want to get on your onion. Okay.
So endeth the prep. Next, the cooking. And we're back. Tara's unwrapped the sausage and is unwrapping in a second the ground beef. She's going to saute it in a stock pot to get the beef ready to go, and then we'll drain it and move on to adding the rest of the ingredients. So we have the pot on medium high.
And basically you just crumble the sausage and the ground beef. You want to just make sure you get bulk Italian sausage or hot sausage, whatever you prefer. Just makes it a little bit easier in terms of unwrapping. And then you're just going to cook this until it's browned. I just try to get it stirred up a little bit so that the Italian sausage and meat and the ground beef is mixed well together. So it's just going to take a little bit of time to brown. Almost there.
You can at any time, if you generate too much grease in here to allow cooking, and instead it's boiling and braising it, you can drain some of the grease out so you get a better saute.
Okay, so you may notice some pink in the meat, and that's completely fine because this literally can cook for hours upon hours. The longer it sits, the better it actually tastes. So when a majority of the meat is browned, I then just strain it and get the excess grease out of there. Okay, we are back. And now you just pour in all of the stuff. So we have 4 total cans of chili beans, 3 of which we strained to get the chili sauce out. If you can find it without the chili sauce, then you're completely fine. And then 1 of them we keep the chili sauce.
Again, it's a heat deal, so if you just want to use kidney beans, I think I said this in the beginning, just substitute 4 cans of different kinds of chili beans.
And then you have 2 28-ounce diced tomatoes. You just keep the juice in, dump it in, and then you have a little 6-ounce tomato paste. Yeah, all of this is based on to what your spice level can handle. We like spicy chili, so we tend to keep it pretty to stick it to the recipe. But anything can be substituted out. Tomato paste is my least favorite. And then I just usually just stir all of that around just to give everything on the bottom a break, and then we add the rest of the ingredients, which if you prep everything ahead of time and have it ready to go, it makes it quick and simple, just dumping everything in, because at this point you just literally dump everything in. So this will just be a little time consuming, just getting everything in the pot.
Explain what you're doing.
I am.
Not much.
So Sorry, I'm just going to read my recipe here, but you'll want 1 tablespoon of bacon bits. You can use fresh bacon. We just happen to have bacon bits in a jar. You'll do 1 tablespoon of that. You'll do 4 cubes of beef bouillon. We really love better than bouillon, roasted with roast beef. So you'll just want to check to see what that equals, and it's usually 1 teaspoon equals 1 cube of beef bouillon.
Okay, doesn't matter.
And then you'll just
All this does is add a little beefy flavor to it. She's not going to have enough. She's probably going to have enough for 2-3 teaspoons, which is plenty. You could also add the salty bouillon cubes, which I haven't used those in years now. What we can do with this guy is put a little hot water in the jar and shake it some and get the rest of it out, which is what I'm going to do in the back there.
And then we're going to do a half a cup of beer. Again, you can use whatever. Half a can, sorry. No, it's half a cup of.
Half a can.
I always did half a cup.
Then do half a cup, since that's the way you like it. It is half a can of beer in the recipe. Tara uses half a cup because she misunderstood me when I gave her the recipe. And again, it ain't a big deal. This is chile. It's not, we're not having prime rib at the Fontainebleau Hotel in Miami.
But again, you can use any kind of beer you have in your fridge or outside the fridge. And then you're going to do half a cup or a quarter cup, sorry, of chili powder. And again, if you need to tone it down a little bit, you know, you definitely can. Chili powder, I feel, doesn't do a whole lot of difference. It's the cayenne powder that really gives it a kick. So, if anything, I would really cut back on the cayenne.
When I make this for Ann and I use about a quarter of the cayenne called for in the recipe. Hang on 1 second.
Yeah. Laying down. Okay.
A little bit to make up.
And again, that's a quarter cup. Okay. Then we're going to do 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. A tablespoon of minced garlic. A tablespoon of dried oregano. Oregano doesn't want to come out today. Then you're going to do just cleaning off our little measuring spoon. You're going to do 2 teaspoons of cumin. My measuring today is not the best. A little bit of extra, you know, never hurts. You do 2 teaspoons of hot sauce. Again, whatever kind of hot sauce you may have or prefer. We just have regular Frank's hot sauce. That's going to take forever. Do 1 teaspoon of dried basil, teaspoon of salt. I prefer coarse kosher salt. My dad taught me that. That's 1 teaspoon of black pepper, ground black pepper. I'm going to use the actual 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper because we like spice. But again, it may be a little bit less than that. Well, that's true. A little bit more. Well, that's alright. And then a teaspoon of paprika. And then a teaspoon of white sugar.
That's an ingredient I forgot in the beginning, by the way. So it'll be in the recipe. Don't worry about it.
I also forgot to dump in all of the veggies, but again, it's fine.
I don't know where she gets this forgetfulness stuff when she's cooking. Good thing I don't have that problem.
And then you just give it a good stir. This is one of my favorite chilies just because of all of the fresh ingredients that you have, and you get the veggies in there versus just meat. So this is, I've made it for my work colleagues. I've entered it into a chili cook-off at work, and I've won with it, and I just think overall it just has a lot of really great spice, really great taste, and that is it in terms of our chili. I believe you just turn it down. You're just going to turn it to simmer with a lid and just let it cook for however long you would like, at least 2 hours on the stove top. But again, I usually have it cooking for probably close to 4 hours, and it really just generates a lot of really great taste the longer you wait.
We will come back to you at the end, and I know I say that sometimes and I don't do it because I have no memory, and you know that. We'll come back as we plate this for the family. The one thing I found with pretty much any stew type of thing that has a liquid base to it, if you cook it and then you rest it for a couple of hours between the time you end up simmering and the time you eat it. It gives the flavors more time to meld. People are always saying how much better something is the next day because the flavors meld when it's cooling down. But this is good either way, actually. So we'll be back in a few hours and show you the product. Well, as you can see, we're coming right along here. About 45 minutes to an hour before we eat. I'm going to put some rice on, jasmine rice actually. Chili's coming along and tasting a little bit. And over here we've got cornbread muffins. Just waiting for the oven to come up to temp, which is about right now. And give it everything time to cool down a little bit. The muffins and the rice, and we'll be set. So stay tuned. So here we are. A little bit of a stir. Look at that. You're going to love it. A little bit of rice. I wish I would have picked up Fritos earlier. A little bit of goodness. And there we have it. Chili. I'll put some cheese on it though. Thanks for watching. Thanks Tara for cooking. I'll see you later.